Sally Shaver-Dubois here with another brain-based tip. Well, one of the things that I like to teach kids, but also is beneficial for adults and especially in our senior population, is crossing the midline with different objects. And one of the things that I love are these juggling scarves. So if you simply just cross the midline and catch, that's a pretty simple activity for most elementary kids on up. Preschool kids are going to have a little harder time with that, but it still is a possibility for them to be able to toss and catch. And these bright colored scarves are nice because they help kids and also grown-ups with visual problems track the object better. And the scarves go nice and slow. And then you can add another scarf to that and you can crisscross and catch. Or you can cross and pass this over. That works too. It's not as much of a cross the lateral activity, but if you switch it up and go both directions, there we go. But this is actually the beginning of the Cascade Juggling pattern that I often teach adults and kids because it is really a multifaceted cross the midline activity. And when you add 3 scarves to that, now you can see across the midline over and over and over, which is called the Cascade Juggling. Now, you say, I don't have scarves. Well, I think all of us have some of these plastic bags, and they move even slower, as you can see. Not as ideal as the scarves, but you still get the same idea, and they're pretty much free. Anywhere you go, you can get a scarf. All right, now I'm going to put the scarves in the bag down, and I'm going to grab the tennis balls now because using the tennis balls also is a little bit more advanced cross the midline activity. So I'm crossing the midline like this. I'm watching the tennis ball as it's going. I'm bringing it back around the backside. Adds a little bit more of a challenge, like that. Then you can switch it up and go around the other way. Again, our little bit older kids and grown-ups, this is a great activity to keep our brains alert and active and work on that tracking. If you get pretty good, then you can add actually 2 tennis balls or juggling balls. If you have 2, then you're crisscrossing, and of course you could also add a 3rd one, which I guess I didn't grab a 3rd tennis ball, so we'll just show you 2. And you can also try it with one hand, but to get that cross the midline, you really need to go crisscross applesauce, as I tell my students. Now, the last thing that you might have or that you're familiar with are beanbags, and the beanbags come in many shapes and sizes. These happen to be pretty small beanbags, which are going to be a little more challenging for older students or our grown-ups that have better skills. So again, you can just toss back and forth. If you add some flips to that, it makes it harder to catch. Then, of course, if you add 2, again, same cascade pattern. I'm crossing the midline with that. Or I can do that same thing where I go around my back and I'm crossing. And as you can see, you can add all kinds of different patterns to this as you get better. But those are some basic, simple things that you can do to cross the midline if you have some different types of objects around your house or in your classroom. So check that out, and I'm Sally Shaver-Dubois. Please look at my website, Do Life Well Now.